Have you ever noticed that the deeper you think, the more isolated you feel? That the more you begin to understand, the fewer people seem willing to listen? This isn't a sign of social failure. It's a pattern as old as human history. Societies have often been wary of those who think profoundly, not because their ideas are incorrect, but because they see realities others would rather ignore. From the hemlock given to the philosopher who questioned everything to the modern innovator whose visions were dismissed, brilliant minds have frequently been met with rejection, silence, or scorn. The issue was never a lack of intelligence, but the discomfort it caused. Why does this happen? The answer is rooted in the core of human psychology. Consider this: when you meet someone of great physical strength, you can admire their power without feeling weak. When you encounter someone of great wealth, you might feel envy, but not a personal attack. Yet, when faced with someone of significant intellectual depth, a different reaction often occurs, a kind of psychological mirroring. A profound thinker doesn't just present new ideas, they inadvertently reflect the limitations in the thinking of those around them. And people rarely forgive you for holding up that mirror. The mere presence of someone who contemplates deeply can make others feel exposed, even if no critical word is spoken. This occurs because intelligence challenges us in a way that physical or material attributes do not. Strength, wealth, and beauty are largely external. We can acknowledge them without them threatening our core identity. But our intellect, our thoughts, beliefs, and understanding, is who we are. When someone operates on a deeper cognitive level, questioning assumptions we hold dear, it can feel like a direct challenge to our very sense of self. This triggers a defense of the ego. To protect ourselves from the discomfort of perceived inadequacy, we may resist, dismiss, or withdraw. This is why you might introduce a complex idea in conversation only to be met with blank stares or a swift change of subject. It's not a rejection of you, but a defense mechanism against the intellectual unease you've triggered. This dynamic explains a great paradox: why confidence is often more socially rewarded than intelligence. People are naturally drawn to those who project certainty, even if their ideas lack depth, while those who speak with nuance and question critically can struggle to find a receptive audience. Modern neuroscience lends credence to this. Studies suggest that when individuals feel intellectually outmatched, the brain's amygdala, the region responsible for threat detection, can activate. In a sense, deep thinking can be perceived by our primal brain as a kind of danger. This stems from our evolutionary past, where social acceptance was synonymous with survival. The individual who disrupted group consensus, however intelligent, risked being ostracized, a death sentence in ancient times. This instinct is amplified in group settings. One-on-one, a deep thinker may be tolerated or even appreciated. But in a group, where social standing is paramount, the presence of someone who outthinks the rest can trigger a collective instinct to undermine or exclude them to restore the social equilibrium. Our cognitive biases further this divide. The confidence-competence gap: those with limited knowledge in an area often overestimate their understanding, while true experts are more aware of what they don't know. This can lead to the less knowledgeable dismissing the more knowledgeable. The preference for the familiar: the human mind is wired to favor known ideas over new, complex truths, which require more mental energy to process. The rejection of contradiction: when faced with evidence that contradicts deeply held beliefs, people often double down on their original views rather than update them. In our digital age, these forces are magnified. Algorithms are designed to prioritize engagement, which often means simple, emotionally charged content spreads faster than thoughtful, nuanced discussion. The marketplace of ideas increasingly favors entertainment over enlightenment, making the path for a deep thinker even more solitary. So, what does this mean for you? If you find yourself feeling isolated because of the way you see the world, understand that you are navigating a powerful current of human nature. You are not broken. You are participating in a tradition that includes some of history's greatest minds, many of whom were only celebrated long after their time. The very isolation you feel may be the price of seeing the world with uncommon clarity. The challenge, then, is not to stop thinking deeply, but to find the strength to endure the solitude, Seek out those rare kindred spirits, and understand that the resistance you face is not a measure of your truth, but a testament to its disruptive power.